how we got changed to that sunny scene, because this is where we're supposed to be, ladies and gentlemen. The Snowy Mountains. That's not the official name of the mountains, by the way, I don't think. I turned my headphone volume. I can't hear me enough. And if I can't hear me enough, then clearly you can't. Now look, this goes off right now. I'm not really a long-term Santa Claus hat wearer. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm getting myself situated so I can read your loving and adoring comments. But comments are just part of the equation here. Because what do we do on Wednesdays? Come on, you know. We answer law of attraction questions, silly. We talk about law of attraction related topics. And who am I to talk about these things, you might ask? Well, I just happen to be Bob Doyle. That's right. Hold on. I would have thought you knew that when you started this endeavor. Kobe's here, and she said my name with exclamation points, kind of like Jerry's page normally does. Tibise, hello, good evening to you. I'm saying that wrong, aren't I? Tibise, maybe? I don't know. I'm really excellent at getting words wrong. How would you all do this? Anyone? Well, I can't hear your answers, so. And look, it's Holly, and she even extended a hello. Oh, sorry, my eyes, I thought she was extending a hello to Cody, my dog. But no, it was Kobe, the other person in the room here. Now, before we even get started, if you know people in your life who aren't you, so I mean like other people, who could benefit from a good dose of making their lives better, let's share the broadcast. Come on. You can do it. It's so easy. There's links. There's buttons to push. It costs you virtually nothing to share this broadcast. Thank you, Holly. Holly says hi to Cody, too, as evidenced by this right here. No, that's too fast on the draw. She said hi to Cody, who is not in the room at the moment, so I will have to try to remember to pass those along. I actually have a few things to talk about today. You know, I mean, I normally do. But sometimes it's all about your questions, which it is. Your questions may or may not. Now, Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, Dawn put out this call to Vicki Wilson Connolly last week. I'm not sure Vicki Wilson Connolly responded. So, Dawn, if Vicki Wilson Connolly responds and shows up here, get ready for it to be a party. Everybody has to welcome her in huge. As soon as they see anything from her that she's joined or she's posted anything, it's got to be like, Vicki, oh, we're so glad you got here. It's been forever. All right, now, shh. Let's just pretend like everything is just normal. All right. So what do we do here? We're here to fill in the blanks about this whole law of attraction thing, because I know you've heard of it. If you hadn't heard of it, what are you doing here? Maybe you thought this was a dating or relationship show about the legalities of having a relationship. It's the law of attraction. But no, oh, wow, I cannot even, look, I hope this isn't offensive, but I can't pronounce that name. I just am glad you're here, but I wouldn't, there's so many symbols on it. You know, look, this is where Americans show we're just not educated. Outside of like that, I've never seen so many different symbols in a name. But I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. If it's your first time, welcome. If it's your second time, welcome back. And if it's your third time, welcome back also applies. Look. So you can ask law of attraction questions anytime you want to. Do I look like a weatherman? Well, we have a cold front moving in from over there. Wouldn't it be funny if the weatherman said, you know, we've got a cold front moving in from the left, and then if you look from the top, temperatures, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know my dad was a TV weatherman, right? It's your first time. Well, welcome, and we get the first timers applause. Which, look, I know I don't give that to everybody because I don't always know your first timers. But I promise you, if you come in and you say you're a first timer, I'll give you applause. But the thing is, that can never apply to you because you're already here, not your first time. Now, you could lie to me, sure. And I may or may not catch it. Dawn could never get away with it. Kobe could never get away with it. But some of you fly under the radar, maybe could get away with it. I don't know. All right. Well, somebody's shutting the front door. And, oh, yes, he was. See, I had to remember what she was talking about. Yes, my dad, TV weatherman, actually on the Weather Channel. Perhaps you've heard of it. I think he was doing that in the 80s. But he's been a TV weatherman since I was a little tiny kid. In fact, he was he was a weatherman and a voiceover guy, an announcer. And I looked at that and I said, I'm all in except for the weather part. And now here I am in front of weather. It's kind of like a Bob Ross painting back there, isn't it? Lynn and I love to watch Bob Ross. Guys, if you're ever having one of those days where your mind's going a million miles an hour, things just seem insurmountable, I'm not kidding here. Bob Ross, you know, the painter. You've got to just, he's on YouTube. You can watch him anywhere. He's also on Netflix. Hey, Tommy is here. See, that's him saying hi. Bob Ross. Watch him paint a mountain, and there's no way you have any stress at the end of it. Well, Tommy, get him off of your watch list and watch it. And I promise you, you'll watch it. This is like Lynn and I were like, right, of course, Holly, why wouldn't you? We're like, okay, one more. Now, these are full 30-minute shows. And we just cannot, I'm telling you, it's like a drug. It is. It's like a sedative. You just watch Bob Ross paint these pictures, and you just, by the end of it, you are a pile of butter. It's awesome. And you're inspired to be creative, hopefully. And you've learned a little bit about Peapod the squirrel. Let me just paint some happy little clouds right here. Beat the devil out of it. Don't get me started on my Bob Ross impersonation, because it will go on forever and not stop. Makes Lynn laugh, though. Ha ha. So anyway. All right, Ross also permed his hair. That is a true story. People think Bob Ross had that big natural afro-looking thing. And I think maybe at some time his hair was kind of like that, and then it just kind of stuck as a persona, and then he had to keep it that way. He had to constantly keep that hair permed. Perry, what are you talking about? First of all, you're saying the word pence. You could mean paints, you could mean pants, or it was a Dutch joke. How have we got... Okay, because I'm sitting in front of a Bob Ross-ish painting. That's what happened. All right, can we get down to the subject matter? I have some exciting, fun little things to tell you. But I also I have a serious conversation to have with you about attachment. Okay, so that's kind of like my theme for today a little bit. There's that, and then my sorry, I got distracted because I was reading the comments. The comments. It's such a double-edged sword. I want them, and then I read them, and you've seen it. You've seen it happen. Anyway, but I also have a couple of little fun things to tell you. So should I tell you the fun thing first, or should I talk a little bit about attachment first? I should talk about attachment, right? I've done fun for long enough. It's been 8 minutes. I haven't said a thing to help you yet. You have an attachment to cherry cola, Tommy says. I have similar attachments to my friend coffee and ginger beer. Anyway, but here's so attachments. So can we settle down? Let's just settle down. I know we're all, I know Dawn wants fun, but that's what Fridays are for. This is supposed to be fun too. But I'm gonna talk about attachment now, okay? Because it's one of these. From a law of attraction point of view, you keep hearing the teachers say, you have your desire, but then you've got to detach from it, right? This whole issue of attachment. And then you say, well, how can I want something and not be attached to it? It's like I don't care about it. It's a very confusing type of concept, but it's about the energy of attachment. When you're attached, it's telling the universe, like, I must have this. I need to have this. or else something negative. And it doesn't even necessarily need to be a specific thing implied negative. All that's important is that you've got a negative energy associated with not getting it. The attachment comes when you have the attachment, like, this must happen, I need this to happen. There's this whole negative energy around it. It's like your attachment is the end to the sentence that begins with I want this. That's the first part of the sentence. Your attachment says, because if I don't have it, something bad is going to happen, which you may or may not know or have an idea of what that is. So when you're attached, you are sending an energy of something bad's going to happen if this doesn't occur. Am I making myself clear? You're all stunned. You're stunned. You're going, that's the most brilliant explanation I've ever heard. Wait, I got it another. Let me try and put it another way. So you're meditating or visualizing or whatever, and there's the thing that you want, whatever it is. And you're getting into the thing, you're getting into the feeling of having it now, and you've started the attraction process. You've basically thrown out, I have this, right? I want/have this. But somehow you flip the switch from want to have. You successfully did that. That's the assumption. Okay? You've sent out the proper vibration. The universe is responding. So you're saying, I want this. And so this comes along and says, here I am. And then you, instead of just saying, come on, and let it happen, you go, and here's why I need you. Meanwhile, it's trying to get past you to come fully in, and you're going, here's why I need you. You see, I've got all these bills, and they've been packing up, and I don't know how I'm going to pay them. I've got these other issues over here, so I need you in here. And it's like, okay, I'm here. Let me just get on by it. Because seriously, you don't understand how bad things will be if you don't come in here. That's what you're doing. You're preventing the thing from coming by explaining to it constantly why it must be there. Does that make sense? All right. Drop the mic, Bob Doyle. Thank you, Kobe. You're so awesome. All right. Tommy says, and the reason I'm putting this on the screen is because I can't read it. It's too small, so I'm having to put it out of here. And so he could completely ambush me, and I would have just put whatever he typed up there simply because my eyes are too bad. That's not a very affirming thought, is it? Many years ago, I had a positive emotion about needing to get a pocket knife, and I was requesting all sorts of catalogs so I could find a pocket knife to get, and then one day, one came to me physically out of nowhere. That's a great law of attraction story. It's like, it's mine. I just got to find out. I'm just looking for the ways to bring it to me. I'm just looking for a channel to bring it to me. Where's the catalog? How can I order one? It's mine. It's waiting for me. That's the attitude. That's it exactly. But you weren't saying to yourself, I want this pocket knife, but I must get it through this catalog. This is the only way I'm going to get it. You just wanted the knife. You didn't care where it came from. But you figured, well, here's a logical way. So you're moving into action of bringing it to you. You're telling the universe, it's mine. I'm just trying to find the way to get it. Where do I go to get it? And the universe steps in and says, you know what? You've got it. It's so yours already. Here. Boom. Thank you, Tommy, for giving me that wonderful little... Oh, you know what? I am so sorry. I did not mean to have the snow this whole time. I think that's a little bit distracting. Let's just call it a lull in the weather. It moved through. It may start snowing again. So if you like the snow, don't panic. It's probably going to come back. So Tommy says the way it came was cool too. And I love it when the universe does cool stuff, right? Like you could have never expected, maybe. Like you couldn't have planned, maybe. Like there would have been no way you could have attached to it being that way because it was just outside of your sphere of calculating how it could occur. Because, ladies and gentlemen, that's key. That's the whole point. It doesn't happen as long as it makes sense to you. It happens because you allow it. Holly says, my new mantra, however you want to say it, we're not going to get into a fight about this, is I love all the ways money comes to me. Yeah, all the ways. Not this particular way, I love that, just all the ways. Because ultimately it's not important how it gets there. What is important is that you're spending your day doing things you love to do. That's part two of my lesson for the day, although that's not a new one, but I'm telling you, I get it driven home all the time, all the more. So, is everything clear on attachment? Has that helped at all? Is there still any confusion around attachment? What is attachment doing to you? You see, you don't have to be attached to something to allow it. You just allow it. You just put it out there, and you know you're very clear. This has to happen. This is why I must do this. This is who I am and what I'm here to do. Now I'm just going to take action and enjoy the journey towards that thing coming to me. I'm going to allow it in by not stopping it and telling it how badly I need it. So I just want to make sure that's clear before I move on to the next little fun bit. I'm just reading, see if there's anything else. Nope, I don't see anything else. I could move on to fun. Well, look, you can ask questions about attachment for the rest of the program. And, of course, ask anything else. I wanted to share another fun, cool thing with you that's going on. There's okay. This is something that I would normally, I think this is not, you're not supposed to be in my position and do this. And it's logical why. I mean, when I start doing this, you'll get why. But we clearly have. Now, if I was broadcasting this to thousands of people or even hundreds, I don't think I would do this. But because I have you and you 20 or so are core, and you show up even if it's on the replay, and a lot of you are in the conversation of personal development or whatever. So I just wanted to throw this out at you because, as I've said for a while now, this is more of an announcement, but there is potential benefit for you. I'm moving all of the marketing and promotion and sales of all my programs and products and stuff to Greater Minds, which is a company out in the UK. And what I really haven't said is that part of that and what's going on behind the scenes right now is that they're actually planning a huge launch for my Wealth Beyond Reason program. Now, this is the program that, it's the program that got me into The Secret. It's the foundational Wealth Beyond Reason program that basically made me anybody in this particular conversation. And it's been totally think of it as being digitally remastered for a new age. So we've updated the whole thing, and I mean, the core content is the same, but we're basically reintroducing this new streamlined version of the Law of Attraction, of the Wealth Beyond Reason program, and this is a big launch. I mean, and when I say launch, for those who don't know, it means that a lot of people are about to get a lot of email about me. But not so much from me, ironically, because I'm trying to get away from that. However, so here's why I'm telling you this. Because if you are, and I don't know, some of you may or may not even be interested in this or even in this conversation, but I had one of my certified coaches ask me about this the other day, and it made me think, well, maybe I could share this with other people too. You can, if you are a person who has a sphere of influence, who believes in our work or me or whatever, and would like to be a part of this launch or share the programs for potential affiliate commissions, you can do that. You can get signed up with Greater Minds as an affiliate, and it's not too late. The launch actually starts January 1st. So if you want to do that, you can go and get signed up with them and share it however you'd like to, and then be a part of that. They've got contests and the whole thing. Let me I'll type in how to do that. If you go to boundlessliving.com/join, basically I made it real super easy. Just click on that, and that'll take you to a page where you click a button and you'll go over to the Greater Minds thing. And what you'll see, I think if I can show you here without being too clumsy about it. Actually, this is the page you'll see over at boundlessliving/join. So you'll click this button here, take me to Greater Minds affiliate sign up. And I'm not going to go on too much longer about this, guys, I promise. And then here's the news about the whole Wealth Beyond Reason launch and the prizes you can win and that whole thing. So I don't know. I just thought I'd share that with you just in case that was something maybe you wanted to do. I'm excited about it. I've never been the subject of a launch of this size, and it'll be exciting to get new, in front of new people, I mean, this potentially reaches millions of people, so that's very exciting. And what I love about it the most is that's millions of potential new viewers to our program here that we share. So this exclusive little group of ours might get a little bit, more bigger. How's that sound? Well, Holly's a fan. Awesome. Okay, so you sent me a message already. All right, I will. Have we started the conversation? Because I've got a few conversations going. So Perry, you're not banned. I'm sorry. Is it because I'm not responding to you? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Perry the Crow, who is not banned, who perhaps just, as I'm trying to, for a while there, I wasn't seeing any comments whatsoever because I was looking at these other screens. It's only when I'm right here. Okay? Yeah, exactly like Kobe says. Now the Bob Doyle Show, both iterations. Because, of course we bring them over here because we're talking about the law of attraction and they're interested in that. That's why they're learning about the launch. And we bring them in here and we have our fun. And then just like all of you, you say, well, I can't just do this once a week. There's got to be more time we can all spend together. Luckily, of course, there is the Friday show. So we just make all these people so happy. Right? And that's the goal. That's the vision. That's the dream. All right? So that was that about that. Now I have I have another. Did this comment get sent? I'm saying. I don't know if I'm saying comment, but it doesn't look like it showed up. Did my comment that says boundlessliving.com/join, did it go? No, you did not miss the Christmas show. What is going on? I want this to send. I don't know. Somebody tell me if it's sent or not. But anyway. Because I can just go to the Facebook page and do it. I can do it old school. With a web browser. I have to use this fancy interface. Do you have a coaching program? I know you usually send people to Christy Whitman. That's what Shane says. I do have a coaching program. You mean a certification program, right? And I do. I have, and there are certified coaches who pop in and out of my broadcasts all the time. Like Nori and Christine, and there's many. So yes, I do have that program, and it is a program to be coached. But I'm not offering it anytime soon. So, but that certifies people in teaching the Wealth Beyond Reason curriculum and basically method to teaching the law of attraction in general. Whereas Christy has an overall law of attraction certification program, which is, it's a much broader scope. Mine is about wealth beyond reason and boundless living and teaching the Bob Doyle way, right? And in that process, you get a very deep education. But it's a moot point because I'm not offering it right now. So the answer is I have. The answer is I'm not right now. All right, so now let me navigate, if I can remember how to use a mouse, go to the Bob Doyle Show and type this comment in here so you can get there if you want to. But it's very easy, boundlessliving.com/join. Scrolling down the page, yeah, I'm scrolling down the page. You all know this song, let's sing it with me. Scrolling down the page. All right, we won't do that, that's crazy. boundlessliving.com/join. There, maybe that'll work. Yep, it did. Perfect. The Bob Doyle Way, BDW. Penny Joe Krotz, ladies and gentlemen. Penny, welcome. I don't recognize your name, and that is not, I did not mean to play carnival music to welcome you in. There's something about like Penny Joe Krotz and Perry the Crow. It all sounds like they're calling in from the same place. It's a syllable thing. It's a rhythmic name syllable thing that I've got going on in my own head. Oh, snow's picking up. All right, we'll end the snow. All right, say, look, hey, any questions? Because I'm just going to go back on to my next point. All right, I'm going to do it. So I had an interesting conversation with somebody this week, and they were very frustrated. They were going through a time, and this is a person who is a very successful person, has realized a lot of success, knows these principles inside and out, teaches them, is very effective. Totally in integrity, amazing. right? And this person, I see all these questions coming in. I want to answer them, but let me go ahead and finish my thought. I could see that she was shaken with doubt and maybe some anxiety and things like that. And again, this is a person who is a rock in this conversation. Okay? So it was just interesting to see that it's not about things will never happen to you, things will never be challenging, that things you'll always be riding at the top. Because, guys, energy is a wave. It is like this. You're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. You're going to have times where you just don't know what's going to happen next. And it's very easy to get worried because we've learned to get worried in those situations. But if we really just understand that life is a wave, energy is a wave, the universe is a wave, and that yes, we have a downtime, but there will be an up. The only thing is, how long are you going to keep it down by worrying about it and getting upset about it and getting resentful about it? And look, it's normal to feel those things, especially it's especially normal because we've learned to do that. We've learned to just get upset and panic and project that bad things are going to happen if this thing happens. And what happens is even the most knowledgeable of us in these principles are also human. And we also have experiences that and memories and things that get triggered by certain situations. And we are presented with new versions of old challenges. I thought I had that one beat. Damn it. Why is it back? Well, it is. You beat it once and you can work through this again. Unless you go, ugh, it must have been luck before, or, whatever. If you decide to attach to the negative interpretation and let it get to you and forget that it's a cycle. The only real, the game in all this is to hopefully set up your life, your business, your whatever, so that when you have the lows, you're not dipping into the oh my God zone, right? So that your cycle is up here. So that when things get lean, they're just lean, right? You're not in oh my God mode, right? So, but just know that even when you bring it up here, you're going to have a different cycle, but you're going to have a cycle. And just because you have a low cycle doesn't mean that you have to get angry and upset and sad and worrisome during that cycle. Although those emotional cycles will come too. But they don't necessarily have to be because you're in a low money cycle, for example. Right? Everything's cyclical. Kobe said it, ebb and flow. Right? So when you just know that and know that it's okay and normal and natural, hopefully that can eliminate some of the anxiety. But I do know that when you're in the low, it all feels really scary and it's hard to feel hopeful sometimes. Gail Turner Brown in the room, speaking of hope. See? And saying hey. Right, here, Manaski, sometimes I think I know everything, and next moment, oh my God. That's exactly right. And I think that's what she's feeling. And I have definitely felt that. Oh my God, after I got divorced, and things were just crazy in my life. And you forget a lot of things when you're in a panic situation and when you're in that fight or flight. And some of this is biological too, ladies and gentlemen. We respond biologically to fight or flight when we're threatened or whatever. But then after that, there's an appropriate biological time for that. But sometimes we get hooked into the flight or the fight or whatever mentally because of things that we've learned, thinking patterns, incorrect thinking, I guess is what you're saying, and then because we don't realize what we're doing to ourselves energetically, when we do that, we then now create a whole new energetic breeding ground for crap to happen. And so even the most quote unquote conscious of us can lapse into our humanity and really get stuck. I've been really stuck. Just about everybody I know who is in this industry, my friends, we've all been like stuck where we're going, how is this happening? But it's not because anything's broken, And it's not because the law of attraction is crap. It's because we've still got crap going on in us. Remember, it's a lifetime of little tiny belief systems and energy systems and programs we have running. Countless thousands, maybe millions. I don't know. I don't know how you would count that, but they're in there. And they're going to show up for the rest of your life, and you're either going to succumb to them and let them rule you and what's possible in your life, or you're going to go, I see you, you little bugger. And you're going to deal with it through any of a number of techniques. Okay, nice to have you here. And if you could spell your name for me phonetically in English so that next time I see you, I can just say it like it's an English word, then that would make me look intelligent and we could have a better conversation. So you are more than welcome. I will check the message to see what you sent me, and I apologize if I have not been responsive or if cut off in midstream or whatever. I apologize for that. And then, so Dawn posted a link just now, and then it says, listen to the Universe song. Which Universe song is this? Is this, maybe I can post it over here. Is this the one that I did, or is this the actual Eric? I can't see your comments over here. And I don't have my iPad running. I should focus on the show and not be a spectator of it. I can follow the links later. All right. Hi, Bruno. Nice to have you here. Bruno, another regular who comes in and has nice things to say and participates. Angela, also here, also participates. All right, and Jane. Jane, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we'll give her some love too, because it's the one I did. Okay. So yes, then by all means, after this show, go watch me play the Universe song on the ukulele. It won't change your life except for just a minute. In that whatever your life was doing, now it will be doing that, watching me. So in that way, it is a life changer. So, I mean, I guess in that way, I'm changing your life right now. Because if I wasn't here, you'd be doing something else. Your life would be different. So I, single-handedly. So don't ever say I didn't change your life. You can tell. In fact, you should post right now on all of your timelines, Bob Doyle is changing my life as we speak. You've got to check this out. He will change yours too, guaranteed. And you won't be lying. Because the minute they click that link, they've changed their lives because of me. You're not a liar. I'm not a liar. And the worst thing that happens is they get a little bit irritated. The best thing is they watch this and go, this is the greatest thing ever. You're right, my life has changed. I should be on the networks, right? I don't know what network. I don't watch TV, so I don't know where this works anywhere. I think that's why I'm relegated to Facebook. But look, if any of you know different, you let me know. You make the connections for me. So I guess my whole point of that whole thing is that, look, it doesn't matter who you are or how successful you have been before and reached a pinnacle of success and go, you're not bulletproof. That doesn't mean you're bulletproof, because when you reach that success, what it means is you have navigated resistance in a way that you have pulled yourself into alignment with that vision of attaining that moment or those moments. You did it. You moved yourself into alignment with that. Now, are you in alignment with keeping it? Was part of your vision, you think, well, of course I meant forever. But did you visualize forever? Or did you just visualize getting the thing? What was the next step? What's the life after that? It's an important thing. We're creating our lives. It doesn't mean you have to. It's not that you have to know every single thing that's going to happen in your life, because guess what? You're not. It's going to surprise you constantly. It's having the vision, that feeling of, you feeling into abundance and security is a part of my vision forever. Anyway, I think you understand what I'm saying. Right? That's right. Kobe said it. Kobe said it best. You guys realize, you see how I make Kobe a star? You know why? The same reason I make Jane and Dawn and Gail. And Kathy is a rising star. I think we are now finally connected on Facebook as friends. I've shared our dirty laundry, Kathy, in front of everybody. But this is one of these people who I've seen her name on timelines and stuff, and I just assumed we were friends, and I saw after she'd commented a few times, I realized we're not friends. Let's fix that. Pushed a button. Hours later, now it's official, and now you all know. Kathy and I are friends on Facebook. That's right. Okay. Well, that's right, Holly. Kobe is a star, and that's why she's getting her own Boundless Living created mobile app, which I will not get into that right now. See, Kathy, you weren't expecting all the attention, were you? But see, that's what happens. We just want to make everybody a star here. We want to make everybody appreciated and valued and out there in the world. That's what the whole show is about. Primarily me doing it for myself, to fix my childhood of repression, and then for you. I don't know that I had a childhood of repression. Depression, probably. High school. Meenakshi and I are friends. And Angela shared too. See, I can't see everything, Angela. I'm sorry. That's right. And Angela also shows up. She's also a player. She jumped into the Bob Doyle Show mobile app on day one when it was launched and posted a picture. Not just one, several. Bob Doyle Show mobile app. What are you talking about, Bob? Seriously, you guys know what I'm talking about. I talk about it all the time. But it is a way for you to keep the Bob Doyle Show in your pocket, including these law of attraction things. So let's just say you're not into all the other Bob Doyle stuff, but you can handle the law of attraction stuff, okay? Great. Just use that part of the app. It's okay. It's free. Just go to bobdoyleshow.com. Right along the top, links to the free Bob Doyle Show app for your Android, for your iOS, and even your Amazon device. Amazon? Look at that. Shane has it on her phone. That's right. See? Look at that. Isn't that nice? It's getting out there, slowly but surely. Kobe's got it too. Kobe also has her picture in there. In where, Bob? What do you mean? Well, in the app, there's a mobile fan arena. I just heard a beeping. Did you guys hear that? I wonder if you did hear it. Where would a beeping come from? I don't know. And others have it on their iPad. Jane has it on her iPad. And I think you're having some formatting problems or something with your iPad. So we're looking into all of that stuff. But it's free. It's just filled with fun and frolic and music and I don't even know what all. You could spend days, literally. You could binge on the Bob Doyle Show. Netflix, why give Netflix all the fun? Why not binge on the Bob Doyle Show? Maybe, here's an idea. So I've got all these episodes, right? I'll do one long continuous feed on Facebook. It'll be a marathon binge on the Bob Doyle Show. It'll just be, that's all 1 through 51 or whatever it is. We just sit there and we'll mystery science theater the whole thing. You know what I mean by that? So you'll see my silhouette down at the bottom, and maybe I'll get a Cody silhouette too. And Lynn will come in, and we'll watch the Bob Doyle shows, and we'll heckle it. We'll all make comments on it together. Oh, look at that set. Does that sound like fun or what? I know Dawn's on board. There's no way she's not. But do you understand that 50 shows in a row would be 50 hours, more than 2 days? That's how much content. And that's not even the audio podcasts and all the YouTube videos, law of attraction related and otherwise. My friends, you could spend the rest of your life listening to my voice. And would that be so bad, ladies and gentlemen? Sorry, that was a really crass thing to say. I had somebody telling me today that I should pursue my voiceover more on a bigger scale. That the Fiverr thing's fun, but they said I should be playing a bigger game. What do you think? All right. So it looks like Dawn's correcting me. Oh yeah, I did say months ago. She's calling me out. Dawn is calling me out. I said a long time ago that I was going to do a 24-hour show, like where I broadcast for 24 hours, and I haven't done that. And now it's even. There's no way that sentence ends correctly with now it's even be. There's not a way to save it. I have to tear it up and start over. Well, thank you. Okay, well, you guys that is a lot of popcorn, Kobe. Well, thank you for all the voice things. I truly wasn't fishing for that, but I guess I don't know. Anyway, thank you. All right, let me hide these comments so I can get on with the next thing. So I have one more piece of fun little news that I can tell you about, and I'd love for you to explore that Lynn and I are playing with. Lynn, there are so many perks to being in a relationship with Lynn Rose. She knows everybody or meets everybody else. And she met these guys who have this technology called a brain tap. Brain tap? That sounds wild. What is it? I'm going to show you because I have it right here. Brain tap. Look familiar? Right? So, you remember the light and sound machines of days gone by? Look at that. Okay? So, this is like those. Updated technology, updated science. And so you wear these, and what the brain tap organization has like 1,000 or 700. Anyway, it's a lot of recorded programs that are meditations or guided visualizations or just musical journeys or whatever that you listen to, and then they're encoded with lights and audio for binaural beats and things like that, right? So it's to induce the meditative state or other brainwave stuff, So light and sound machines with an updated twist, and I really like it. And I never got to play with them back in the day. So it was great because they sent these out to Lynn and I because we, both of us, both together and as individuals, are going to be contributing content to this company to make available on here. And they've already taken some of our stuff, like I don't know if you guys know about our harmonic activations, but it's a musical thing that we do where we set an intention or we ask our audience members to give us an intention, whether that's peace, abundance, or whatever it is. And then we kind of settle into that, and I'm on my keyboards and Lynn is with her voice, her amazing voice. And then we just go with the flow, and I'll just start playing music and she'll just start singing these tones with it. And then of course I do my meditations and I also write my music. And they want all of it. So they took a few of ours and put the encoding on it so we could listen and have the experience. And that's almost as cool as being in the App Store. Being able to hear my own music or my own whatever. And there's a lot of the stuff that in their library that is currently voiced by the CEO that I'll be revoicing. So if you like my voice, or if you have my meditations and enjoy those for whatever reason, if that works for you, it's a whole freaking library of stuff that slowly over time, my voice will be blended in there. So the nice thing is, I get to put my music out there too, and I write this crazy, weird, visual stuff. Some of it Lynn doesn't even like because it goes too dark, right? But I try to bring it back into the light. I have to explore my dark side somehow, right? So I do it through music and some digital photography. But look, the point is that I write these sort of, more visual landscapes. It's what I've always wanted to do. I always thought I wanted to score film, right? So that's the kind of music I write. Perfect for these. So now I have this outlet for, now it just gives me a reason to sit down and make time to write music, because whatever I sit down and just naturally do, because this is the kind of stuff I naturally do, I'm sending on to contribute to others through these programs, and also it's a little fun revenue stream for writing music. Isn't that fun? See, just another way that a Bob Doyle dream comes true. After, ironically, starting the year 2016, saying I'm not doing anything else I don't want to do. I'm only doing stuff I love. Drawing that line in the sand. Has that come with challenges? Oh yes. Has it come with way more opportunities? Absolutely. I highly recommend doing what you love. And knowing that when you change course, if you're not doing something you love and you start doing something you love, it could be a little bumpy for a while. No, I just wondered if more would flow, if there would be more music after that. But after that, nope, I was done. But anyway, so I will be sharing more and more about the Brain Tap too. See, I love technology, do I not? Ladies and gentlemen, Dawn is typing. Yes, you do. VR, this stuff. It's like, what else can I strap to my head? right? So here we go. Now this right here, this needs to be, the frame grab for Facebook. Right there with my name. Right? So I'm going to make sure to edit this video after the fact. It's got to have grabbed that frame, right? It's got to have. It always grabs these arbitrary frames. I don't know how it makes the decision, but it tries to do a good job. It tries to find variety. It tries to find a face that isn't like this. So it's got to find that, right? And then that will be it. Okay. Bruno retired from writing, but it was a survival kit for me. If I didn't write, I would go insane. You got to do those things that bring you the juice. In fact, I started to say this before. Even if the thing that you love to do isn't the thing that brings you money, you've got to do it. You have to find a way, because you're here to flow that through you. You're here, all that stuff that's in you that's burning to get out, it's here for you to do, and you can't make that flow dependent on it being your living. And it may very well be. And it's okay for that to be a goal, but you can't say, I'm only going to be me if I get paid for it. I'm only going to do what I am called to do if I get money for it. And a lot of people are doing that. Are you on any level not following your passion because you're not getting paid for it? And I know the reasons. Look, well, I don't have time to follow my passions because I have to do the things that do pay me money. And to you, I'd say, I'm sure there's some reprioritization that can be done. And when it becomes important enough to you, you will do it. That's insulting, Bob. You don't know. Don't I? No, you don't. You're not me. You're right about that. Or aren't I? We are all one. Maybe I'm peeking into a part of your brain you don't have access to. Did you ever think of that? All right. Well, my friends, it's 6:47. I don't want to end here, but no one has any questions. And I feel like, of course I could go off on any subject right now, that law of attraction or not. Or I could keep rambling about law of attraction. And if you're content for me to do that, I'll do it. But if you're just bored out of your mind going, okay, I get it, attachment and be yourself, and there's apps or something, then, why should I hold you up? It's Wednesday night. I'm sure you have all sorts of really important things. Oh, yeah, that's right. I also told you about my lunch. Can I attract something for your sons? Thank you, Dawn, for asking a question. I now have to put, because you see, it says, can I attract something for my snaz? I mean, come on. She meant sons, but it's funny because she said snaz, and we all think schnoz, and it's a nose thing. The best answer to give you is no, because they are in charge of their own vibration, and you could want something. Remember, they could even want it and still not attract it if they've got resistance towards it, let alone you wanting it for them. Does that make sense? So we very often aspire, we want something better for so-and-so. We want this to change. Guys, I know, but they're on their path. Ooh, crap. Don't you just wish that their path was exactly what you wanted it to be? These kids today, them and their own freaking paths. Who do they think they are? Just because we had one doesn't mean they should. Okay. So no, I mean, but look, what we as parents hope is that we have created an environment, mental, physical, spiritual, whatever, in our children, along with what they're creating for themselves, that they will want ultimately the same general type of outcome of goodness and so on that you want for them. But it's going to look different. then you probably want it. And that's okay. Even if they say, yeah, Mom, I'd like it the way you're seeing it too. They still have their own energy to deal with. And we can all want it for them, but ultimately they've got the final shield, whether that's conscious or unconscious, right? So if they're struggling with attracting something, right, you could, and they are in this conversation, they're open to this conversation of being intentional around their manifesting, then you would explain, you just help them get that vision very clear and talk about what are the obstacles, what's the resistance, etc., etc. I don't know. There may be extenuating circumstances. There generally are. Most hypothetical examples are way too oversimplified, but hopefully we'll at least plant a seed of, okay, I'll work with that. See if I get somewhere. Dawn says, again, can I help them if they're wanting to attract a certain job? Can I lend my energy to them? I am not a big proponent of that whole conversation. It's not that I'm against it. It's not that I don't believe that we can transfer energy. We absolutely can. I know it. And I'm a huge believer in healing and all of those different things. But I still think, there's the whole conversation with healers that they say, that they ask your permission first. And of course, if you wanted to transfer energy or healing, whatever it is that you want to transfer over to your sons, you would have to have their permission and they could say yes or whatever. But what does that feel like? You still need to understand, they need to understand what it's going to feel like for them on the other side of this thing, whatever this is. And that they are focused on not solving the problem, but the life on the other side. So it needs to be a co-creation at best, right? Them and with whatever energy you throw into the mix. But again, you got to be careful because you as a mom have your own agenda and energy. It's got its own little signature. It's much better if it's just purely them, I think. But, if you want to lend the support and you have something of an implied energetic non-attachment to how things play out or whatever, that you're truly just offering help energy, whatever that is, without it having to look a specific way, then I think that's probably helpful. Holly says, would you comment on group energy manifestation society, countries of the world? Yes. So I do believe that the universe is responding to an overall energetic vibration and then all the micro layers of it. It's responding to it all. It's wildly complex. But I absolutely do agree that you can, whether it's localized or even just through intention, create stronger, basically, masses of energy that are infused with a certain vibration based on agreement or whatever, and that will absolutely have an impact on things, But just remember that if you've got like a group environment, let's say you've got 1,000 people meditating on something, well, there's an overall agreement that this is what we're meditating about, and provided that everybody's really on board with that for the most part, that's going to be the predominant vibration. And you can see things like crime statistics dropping or whatever it is that that there's interesting evidence along these lines. But you also have to remember that every single individual in that pile of people has their own stuff going in too. They're getting distracted. They might be checking their phones. They might be worrying about something. They have their own limiting beliefs or whatever. So that whole overall communication is still infused with everybody's stuff too. Which was why maybe that, the crime rate only changed 2% as opposed to 100% or whatever. So I absolutely believe in the group dynamic, compounding the energy and all that other stuff. But, but the energy is still going to contain everything that it contains. Does that make sense? Okay. Trying to read your questions. I really have got to, especially with these evening sessions. Back in the day, I don't know if any of you remember this. I used to do this at noon. Noon. Well, I was a lot more awake then. But my eyes are, while I'm here and I feel energized, I hope you get that, my eyes are wanting to squint and stuff. So, all right, good. So something I said probably 30, 45 seconds ago made sense because that's what you're all saying. But I don't remember what it was. I'm getting my stuff together for closing the show. Now, still got 6 more minutes. Noon is so late. It's so 2016, isn't it, Kobe? Right. By the way, Bob Doyle show on Friday. Last week I did it at 6. This week I'm doing it at 5. You may say, well, Bob, you must have some amazing strategic reason based on statistics and feedback to make a change like that. And of course, I don't. I actually think I changed it to 5 instead of 6 because we've got a conflict or something later. But I also thought, well, I'll try 5. I think Friday's just not the good day. I think Friday they're just like, yes, Bob, we're about fun, but we like to have fun that's not on a computer or a phone. We're going to go have real fun right now. I'd rather have fun with you like on a Tuesday or a Thursday when there's no real fun to be had anywhere on the planet, where they shut down fun except for your show. Shows. Okay. I want to see what Bruno has to say here. I mostly think it is a mix of that and level of consciousness. Yeah, I'm having to try to piece together what that was saying. What that was referring to. I know we were talking about mass consciousness and things like that. So, sorry. The delay can be brutal here. It can be brutal. But I love how Facebook just lines it all up for the replay. So that when I watch the replay, it's like I say something and the answer's right there. It's like I could say, hey, Kobe, type, I'm getting a mobile app. And then when I'm watching the replay, I look, and it's right there because she responded immediately. But I do this now, I have to wait like a minute. So let's just all wait for her to do that. I'm not really going to do that. We're ending the show anyway. We've had some fun together, haven't we? But we're just remember, this cozy little clique we've got is about to get blown up, right? With this is my vision. I'm not attached to it, by the way, but boy, I sure would like it. I have to watch that. I'm on the borderline of attachment. Like this push of people has to bring the show up. Like I'm riding that wave. I might need to be talked off the ledge. Because, yeah. So it's been like a year. It's come. I don't know what it is. When I started getting serious about the personal broadcasting, and I remember coming on and said, you know what? As long as it takes, however long it takes to build the audience, I'm just going to keep doing it, even if it takes a year or more. See what I created for myself? What I should have said, even if it takes a week to get 2,000 viewers on a regular basis, I'm willing to do that. That's what I should have said. So see, we've learned a valuable lesson. I'm going to have a whole new segment called The Guru Goof. The Guru Goof. Even though I hate being called a guru, but you know. And every week we feature where I completely screwed up using the law of attraction. Wouldn't that be fun? We'll do it like in black and white, like on infomercials. Bob was trying to get somewhere on time, but he was watching his clock too much. What a Mr. Bumbles, right? He was attached to being on time. Oh, I just think it's fun. Holly is asking a question about attachment. Isn't attachment sometimes just determination to create a specific thing? Look, as long as that is your vibration, you know what it means. It's like some people can use the word want and not have all the energy around it. It doesn't necessarily trigger this I don't have feeling. They know what it means. It means the appropriate thing. And so if attachment to you means an unwavering commitment, that's better. But attachment really does seem to say, no, it has to be this specific thing. And it doesn't. It doesn't have, because again, remember everything we're doing, everything we're trying to attract is truly, as selfish as it may sound, even if it's through being completely unselfish, we're going for an emotion. We're going for an emotion. We want to enjoy our lives. We want to feel good about ourselves. We want to be happy. We want to be filled with passion. And all of these things that we're trying to attract or do in the world, it's all about generating that emotion, that sense of value. I'm here for a reason, right? That's what we're doing. It's not about the money. It's not about the house. It's not about any specific thing. So the attachment, it's a commitment to our lives. It's a commitment to the quality of our lives. And so we have these visions and these things that we want that we don't get attached to, It's just like, yes, that would bring me in. That's a good feeling. That's a good feeling. That's a good feeling, right? And every time I think about it, it should be a good feeling, not a where is it? Where is it? Because that's attachment. I really hope that we have covered attachment today. It's an important subject, and there is a lot of confusion around it. But I think together we brought out the distinctions that are important about it. So if you know someone who's attached to something and is wondering, where the heck's this thing I've been trying to attract for 5 years? Doesn't the universe know how much I need it? You can point them to this broadcast and say, watch this and see if this helps, or something. Anyway, as always, it's been my complete honor and pleasure to be hanging out with you, and I appreciate each and every one of you showing up, sharing, being a part, that whole thing. I am now going to awkwardly look over here and then look back at you so I can try to do some modicum of fading to black style.